When most of us say Batman is just a man, we usually mean it as a praise. No powers, no mutations, no alien biology, just discipline, intelligence, and training pushed to the absolute limit. We call him peak human, the maximum potential of what a human being can become. But here's the problem. Science has a very clear definition of human limits, and Batman doesn't just sit at the edge of those limits, he blows straight past them. In the real world, peak humans don't do everything at once. The fastest people aren't the strongest aren't the most enduring, and none of them fight armed criminals every night, sleep 4 hours, recover instantly, and repeat the cycle indefinitely. Batman does all of this continuously. This video isn't about disrespecting the character, it's about separating myth from biology. Because when you look closely at training load, recovery, sleep, injury, and energy demands, one conclusion becomes unavoidable. Batman isn't peak human, he's something else entirely. A character allowed to exist outside the rules that govern us in the real world. And once we apply science, that myth starts to crack. In real science, peak human does not mean being great at everything. It means reaching the upper limit of performance in one narrow domain: strength, speed, endurance, or skill, usually at the expense of others. Elite athletes are the best examples we have. Sprinters optimize fast-twitch muscle fibers for explosive speed. Powerlifters maximize muscle mass and neural drive for raw strength. Endurance athletes adapt their hearts, lungs, and metabolism for efficiency over time. What they don't do is overlap. The physiology that makes you fast actively works against the physiology that makes you strong. The body that excels at endurance sacrifices muscle mass. The nervous system, turned for precision and reaction, cannot recover endlessly from trauma. Peak human performance is specialized, fragile, and temporary. Now compare that to Batman. He is portrayed as Olympic-level strong, world-class fast, elite endurance trained, master of multiple combat disciplines, mentally sharp under extreme stress, all at once and indefinitely. That combination doesn't exist in biology. A real peak human reaches a ceiling, then stops. Batman doesn't have a ceiling, which means the moment we define peak human scientifically, Batman is already disqualified. He isn't the limit of human potential, he's beyond it. To understand why Batman can be peak human, we have to look at training load, not motivation, not discipline, but how much stress a body can actually absorb. In real life, elite athletes follow strict cycles: training, recovery, adaptation. Push too hard without recovering and performance doesn't improve, it collapses. Batman's lifestyle ignores this completely. He trains across multiple disciplines simultaneously: strength, speed, endurance, martial arts, acrobatics, tactical planning, and mental conditioning. On top of that, he patrols Gotham nightly, engaging in full-contact combat, high-impact landing, and life-threatening situations. There is no recovery window. Science calls this overtraining syndrome. It leads to chronic fatigue, hormonal imbalances, muscle breakdown, weakened immune systems, and declining reaction time and judgment. Even Olympic athletes with world-class nutrition and medical teams burn out when training volume exceeds recovery capacity. Now apply that to Batman, who trains like an elite athlete and fights like a soldier every single night. A real human body would not adapt to this load. It would deteriorate. Batman doesn't get stronger from this schedule. He would get slower, weaker, injured, and eventually incapable. If Batman was real, sleep would be his greatest enemy, not the Joker nor Bane. Human performance is built on sleep. Strength, reaction time, memory, emotional control, and decision-making all depend on it. Batman operates almost exclusively at night. He patrols Gotham, investigates crimes, fights multiple opponents, and returns to train or strategize, all while sleeping only a few fragmented hours during the day. Science is brutally clear on what chronic sleep deprivation does. After just 1 week of sleeping under 6 hours a night, the brain shows slower reaction times, impaired judgment, reduced situational awareness, poor emotional regulation. At a month, the effects worsen: hormonal disruption, decreased testosterone, slower muscle recovery, and higher injury risk. This isn't just fatigue, it's cognitive decline. Now imagine Batman fighting armed criminals while sleep deprived. Every decision becomes slower, every punch is mistimed, every miscalculation becomes lethal. In real combat, milliseconds matter. Batman survives because fiction ignores sleep debt. Biology doesn't. He doesn't lose because he lacks skill. He loses because a tired brain makes fatal mistakes. Every fight Batman survives leaves damage behind. No dramatic, story-ending injuries, but micro-trauma. The kind that real bodies never forget. In real life, punches don't just bruise skin. They cause small fractures, ligament strain, cartilage damage, and inflammation in joints. Hard landings compress the spine. Repeated impacts rattle the brain. This damage stacks. Professional fighters, despite medical supervision, retire early because their bodies cannot keep up. Knees fail, shoulders degrade, concussions accumulate. Now apply that to Batman, who fights nightly, often fighting multiple opponents, frequently while already injured. There is no magical reset between patrols. Bones heal slowly, tendons heal slower, cartilage barely heals at all. And the brain, repeated subconcussive blows increase the risk of long-term cognitive damage. Batman routine shrugs off broken ribs, stab wounds, and falls that would hospitalize real people for months. In biology, toughness doesn't mean ignoring damage. It means respecting recovery. Batman doesn't recover. He continues, which means in the real world, he'd become permanently broken. Human reaction time has a hard limit. For visual stimuli, it averages around 200 milliseconds, even in trained individuals. The delay is built into the nervous system. It cannot be trained away. In controlled environments like sports or sparring, anticipation helps. Athletes read patterns, predict movement, and reduce reaction demands. Real combat is different. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and overloaded with stimuli. Multiple attackers, weapons, noise, low light, moving terrain. Batman is often shown dodging gunfire, countering several opponents simultaneously, and reacting instantly to surprise attacks from blind angles. That's not skill, that's superhuman processing speed. The brain cannot track that many threats at once without delay. Cognitive overload kicks in, decision-making slows, errors compound. Now add fatigue, injury, and sleep deprivation. Under those conditions, even elite soldiers experience tunnel vision, delayed responses, missed threats. Yet Batman performs flawlessly night after night. In reality, reaction time isn't about discipline or intelligence. It's about neural transmission speed. And no amount of training lets a human outrun their own nervous system. Batman's technology is often used as the final excuse. Armor absorbs impact. Gadgets neutralize threats. Tools close the gap between man and superhuman. But technology doesn't erase biology. It only redistributes damage. When Batman is punched, thrown or slammed into concrete, the suit may prevent skin, lacerations, or broken bones. What it cannot remove is force. That force still travels through the body. Internal organs shift. The brain moves inside the skull. Blood vessels stretch. G-force strains the spine and neck. This is why real-world body armor saves lives but still causes internal injuries. Soldiers survive explosions, yet suffer concussions, organ trauma, and long-term neurological damage. Now apply this to Batman, who routinely falls from extreme heights, absorbs blunt force impacts, takes repeated blows to the head, gets thrown through walls. No suit can cancel momentum, and no gadget can speed up tissue repair, restore neurons, or reverse cumulative trauma. Batman's tech helps him survive moments. It doesn't make his lifestyle sustainable. In reality, it would delay the inevitable, a body slowly breaking down from forces it was never designed to withstand. In conclusion, when you strip away the myth, the verdict is clear. Batman doesn't fail because he lacks willpower, intelligence, or discipline. He fails because the human body has limits, and his lifestyle ignores every one of them. Training without recovery, combat without rest, injury without healing, sleep deprivation without consequence. In the real world, these aren't heroic traits, they are a countdown. Batman survives because fiction compresses time, erases fatigue, and allows damage to disappear between scenes. Biology doesn't do that. A real peak human reaches a ceiling and respects it. Batman operates beyond ceilings, night after night, without decline. That's why he endures, not because he represents what humans can become, but because he represents what humans wish they could survive. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay enthusiastic.